Today our topic is physical properties of the alkanes. So generally the alkanes are gases. First C4 carbons are gases like methane, ethane, propane, butane. These are all gases, and remaining the carbon chain increases. It is converting into the liquid form like N-pentane, pentane and hexane. Some of the hydrocarbons are wax form, like if you use the candles, like these are all hydrocarbons made by the hydrocarbons. So their melting point, boiling points also very low. So from odd to even, the melting point changes very little bit. So if the even to and odd to even carbon chain, so their melting points are increases very more. For example, if you observe the butane, for example, so the melting point of butane is 134. So let's see what is happening when the pentane, so it is a C5 carbons, it is an odd number. So this is the C4 carbons, even number. The C5 carbons of these carbons, so the increase of the melting point difference is only 10 degrees. When the C6 carbons hexane, so it is 178. So that means, so the difference is very high. So when compared to odd to even and even to odd, so here the change of the number carbon from even to odd, the increase of the melting point is very less when compared to 10 degrees here. And odd to even, the increasing of the melting point is very high. So that is the difference here. So to understanding the melting points, boiling points are about the like alkanes. So this is the about the physical properties of the alkanes. Let's be discussed about the chemical properties of the alkanes. So alkanes all are saturated compounds. That's why they doesn't involving any chemical reaction. So under the high temperature, high atmosphere conditions are to involving in this chemical reactions, because of all alkanes are made by the sigma bonds only. So that's why it is does not involving in the any chemical reaction. So we are using to involving in this chemical reaction to use to high temperatures. Like if you take the vaporization of nitration, that we take under the 400 degrees temperature. So at the same time, some of the reactions are conducted by the sunlight and UV light also. So okay, let's see what is happening, the chemical reactions of the alkanes. Okay, we start with the nitration process of alkanes. Nitration process of alkanes. So the nitrations, so generally the nitration of alcohols under the high temperature, we are using 400 degrees temperature, because of the alkanes are all are sigma bonds. That's why it is involving in the high temperature only in the nitration process. If you take the to continue to the vapor mixture to the methane to form the nitro alkanes. So this is happen when the temperature is, if you take the high temperature only. For example, if you take the ethane, so this is also ethane symmetrical alkane. So under the high temperature, we are using nitration process to produce the ethyl nitro compounds. So these are all happening with high temperature, because of the all the alkanes are the sigma bonding nature. So the right are like photochemical reactions are involving in the under the photochemical conditions only. For example, if you take the simple example like halogenation process. Halogenation, so the halogenation take place at H mu, photochemical condition. So that's why we take as a H mu. So here the halogenation, we have the three types halogen. First we discussed about the halogen: chlorine, bromine. So these are, and iodine, metastane. These are all halogens. But we study about the chlorine and bromine. Discussing about chlorine bromine halogenation reaction. So the halogenation reaction, depending on the selectivity of the reactivity of the primary, secondary, tertiary alkanes or hydrogens replaced by the halogen groups. Like this is also one of the substitution, pre-radical substitution reaction. So that's why the reactivity depending on the alkanes nature and the selectivity of the halogens. Like we discussed about these reactions to depending on the two characters. First one, the alkanes reactivity, the second one, and halogen selectivity. First we discussed about this simple reaction, halogenation. So if you take a symmetrical methane, so involving in this process to chlorination, so under H mu condition, to finally we are getting the methyl chloride. So we continue the halogenation process to the methane, so finally we are getting the, so this is the product we are getting. So what is the product? CH2Cl, dichloromethane, and then again we are conducting the chlorination. So this is the chloroform, so generally we call as a trichloromethane. So the trichloromethane, after we conducting the halogenation process to produce the carbon tetrachloride, so this is the finally we are getting from the halogenation process to involving in this process. So for example, if you observe the halogenation process to symmetrical alkanes like methane, ethane, so these are all symmetrical alkanes. Like if you take only, we have one type of hydrogens here only, so the carbon having only one type of hydrogens, like there is no variation. For example, if you take methane, ethane also, in ethane also we have the only one type of hydrogens, like all are primary hydrogens. So these both are symmetrically groups, that's why we called as a symmetrically alkanes. In these symmetrical alkanes also involving in the halogenation process to produce the this is the product, so chloro alkyl halide, that means we called as a ethyl chloride. So this is a way to prepare from various sources. For example, in this ethane involving in this excess halogens, like if you take the excess halogen like Cl under the H mu condition, so finally we are getting these products CCl3 and CCl3. 1 comma 2 comma hexachloroethane. So this is the product we are getting, but we are discussing about the orientation of the groups on the substitution to the alkanes. So let's we discuss this orientation is mainly depending on the reactivity of the alkanes and the selectivity of the halogens. So first of all we discussed about the reactivity of the alkanes. So we have generally three types of hydrogens, the primary and secondary and tertiary. So first we discussed about the primary and secondary, tertiary. So first we start with the primary. So the primary means the carbon only attached with one carbon. This carbon we called as a primary carbon. Here the carbon is only directly attached to the one carbon. So that's why we call as a primary carbon. Here also this is also primary carbon. So this hydrogen we call as a primary. Ethane we have only one primary hydrogens only. For example, if you discuss propane, so in propane we have two types of hydrogen. So this is this carbon only attached with one carbon. That's why we call as a primary carbon. So here this carbon attached with two carbons directly. So that's why we call as a secondary carbon. So this is also primary carbon. So that's why we have two types of hydrogens here, primary and secondary. The primary, how many primary hydrogens are here? So we have S3 and S3. So that means 2 into 3 and 2 into 3, 6. So how many secondary hydrogens are here? 2 hydrogens. So that means we have the different types of hydrogens, like how many primary hydrogens, how many secondary hydrogens. Wow. How we discussed about these things, because of the selectivity of the halogens. For example, if you take the primary and secondary, tertiary, the tertiary hydrogen replaced more favorable to the halogenation process because of primary and secondary when compared to. So that's why we discussed about the primary and secondary, tertiary hydrogens. Let's see what is happening in the tertiary. So this is the, so here we have 4 carbons. So this is generally we call as a tertiary butane, tertiary butane. So in this tertiary butane we have how many types of hydrogens? Let's see. So this is the primary or secondary. So this carbon directly attached with only one carbon. That's why we call as a primary carbon. here this carbon also only primary carbon because of directly attached to only one carbon. Here also this one also primary carbon. So here the center carbon attached with 3 carbons. So that's why we called as a tertiary carbon. So let's see what is happening. How many primary hydrogens are present here? 3 into 3. Totally we have 9 primary hydrogens. How many tertiary? Secondary? There is no tertiary. Secondary because of there is no secondary carbon. So how many tertiary hydrogens we have? Only one tertiary hydrogens. What is happening when we have one? So first we observe the primary, secondary and tertiary hydrogens. So because of this is generally it is a free radical substitution reaction. That's why the primary, secondary, tertiary, the reactivity order of hydrogens. So tertiary is more reactive than secondary and primary. So that's why we can observe the primary and secondary, tertiary hydrogen. So let's see what is happening when, for example, if you take the propane to involving in the halogenation process, like chlorine. So how much product we are getting? We have two orientations. So propane. So this is the propane, simple compound. So here how many primary and secondary, tertiary? First of all you want to identify the primary, secondary, tertiary hydrogens. So here we have this carbon have primary because of this carbon only attached to one carbon. That's why we call as a primary. So this is carbon directly attached with 2 carbons. That's why we call as a secondary. So this is the primary also because of this is only attached with 1 carbon also. So how many primary hydrogens are here? So we have H3, H3. Totally we have 6 hydrogen primary hydrogen. How many secondary hydrogens? 2 hydrogens. So let's see what is happening, the reactivity of the selectivity of the chlorine and bromine. So the primary hydrogens replaced by the chlorine by 1%, 1 selectivity, and the secondary is 3.8 and tertiary is equal to 5. So if you take bromine 1 and 80 and 1600. So when compared to primary and secondary, so 3.8 rates are again to the primary and 5 rates are again to the primary. So that is happening. This is the chlorine and bromine reactivity to the primary and secondary and tertiary hydrogens. So let's see what is the difference. For example, if you take the chlorine, the primary hydrogens choose to only 1, then the secondary is 3.8 rates and tertiary is 5 rates. For example, here bromine is very selective, so it is a primary only 1 of the ratio to when compared to secondary 80 ratio and 1600 tertiary. So let's see what is happening with the chlorination to the propane. What is the product we are getting? So okay, in chlorination process to the propane. So this is the propane. We take as a propane. Chlorination under H-mu condition. So we have 2 types of products. So the first one is the primary hydrogen replaced by the chlorine. So this is one product. The second one, the secondary hydrogens replaced by the chlorine. So this is one product that we call as a 1-chloro propane because of here the chlorine substitution at the first position. That's why we call as a 1-chloropropane and 1, 2, 3. So 2-chloropropane. So which product is major? So how can you decide at which compound is major? For example, we have how many primary hydrogens present in the propane? 6 primary hydrogens are present. 6 primary hydrogens. So let's see how many secondary hydrogens are present in the propane. 2 hydrogens. So let's multiply the chlorine selectivity. So what is the primary selectivity with chlorine? Only 1. 6 into 6. So what is the ratio of the selectivity to the secondary hydrogen? 3.8. So what is the 7.6? Okay. So the secondary hydrogen choose to the chlorine by the replacing 7.6 and 6. Okay. So let's see what is happening when the total ratio is 6 plus 7.6. So we are getting 1 chloropropane. The percentage of 1 chloropropane probability. So what is happening? So generally we have 6 plus 7.6 total ratio, that is 13.6. So the primary hydrogens ratio, what is the primary hydrogens ratio? 6 by total ratio 13.6 into 100. So this is the probability to the product we are getting, the 1 chloropropane. So what is the secondary 2 chloropropane probability? So let's see what is the true chloropropane probability. So after multiplying this, so we are getting this 45% of the 1 chloropropane. The remaining, for example, here are the 7 and 13.6 into 100. So this is the 55% of the second 2 chloro. The bromination process to the propane. So what is the product major, what is the product minor, how much product we are getting the major product, how much percentage of the minor products. So let's see if the propane are involving in the bromination process. So this propane involving in the bromination process to the bromination process. Here also we have two probabilities. So we are getting the two probabilities. One is the 1 bromo propane, and second one, see what is happening with the 2 bromo propane. So this is the 2 bromo propane. How much percentage we are getting 1 bromo propane and 2 bromo propane. So let's see how can you calculate the percentage of 1 bromo propane and 2 bromo propane. So we already calculate the percentage of the 1 chloropropane and 2 bromopropane. So here also same thing. So but the reactivity of the bromine is different than selectivity. The selectivity of bromine is different than this chlorine. Because of bromine, what is the bromine reactivity, selectivity? The chlorine, so only one ratio. So again 80 ratio to the secondary, and tertiary 1600 ratio. So let's see the first of all 1 bromopropane, how much we are getting the 1 bromopropane. So the 1 bromopropane, so 1 bromopropane. So first of all, how many primary hydrogens we have in propane? 6 hydrogens. So in secondary hydrogens, how many secondary hydrogens in 1 propane? We have 2 hydrogens. So let's see totally what is the selectivity of the bromine. So 6 into 1, 6. So 2 into 80, 160. Total selectivity 166. What is the primary selectivity? Primary hydrogen selectivity. So the primary hydrogen 6 into what is the selectivity of the bromine? 1 by what is the total selectivity? 166 into 100. So what is the 2 chlorobromine selectivity? So here we have 2 secondary hydrogens. So into 80 by 166. So into 100. So we can calculate them. So we have the 6 by 166. That means 600 by 166. So 600 by 166. So you can multiply, cut to 3% of the 1 bromopropane. So let's see what is happening. 2 into 80. So that we call the 160 into 100 by 166. So totally we can calculate 2 after 97% of the 2-bromopropane. So this is the difference between the 1-bromopropane and 2-bromopropane. So when you observe the chlorination process, we have the equal, almost equal. For example, if you have 45% of the 1-chloropropane and 55% of the 2-chloropropane. But here the bromine selectivity is more observed that. So the chlorination process where, so the chlorine selectivity primary, secondary, tertiary ratio is 1, 3.8 and 5. So the bromination is very difficult here, the 1 and 80 and 16. So that's why the bromination always choose the tertiary and secondary hydrogen replaceable easily. So in photochemical reactions. So let's say, see for example, a simple example, we take the tertiary butane to chlorination and bromination. So what is happening in chlorination process? How much product of the primary 1-chloro tertiary butyl chloride and the 1-bromo butyl chloride, how much product we are getting? So let's see. So first of all, we write the tertiary butane. So this is the tertiary butane. So this is the tertiary butane. So here we have only primary and tertiary carbons. Because of this carbon only attached with one carbon, that's why we call as a primary carbon. This is also same thing primary. How many primary hydrogens we have? 3 into 3. Totally we have 9 primary hydrogens. How many tertiary hydrogens we have? Only 1 tertiary hydrogen. Because of this carbon is directly attached with the 3 carbons, that's why we call as a tertiary carbons. So this is the only 1 carbon. So totally 1 tertiary carbon. In tertiary butane we have 9 primary hydrogens, we have only 1 tertiary hydrogens. So let's see what is happening in chlorination process. So we have 1-chlorobutane, how much percentage we are getting the 1-chlorobutane, how much percentage we are getting the tertiary butyl chloride. So let's see what is happening. So the butane, tertiary butane. So this is the tertiary butane involving in the chlorination process, photochemical condition. So we have two types of products. The first one, 1-chloro tertiary butane. The second one, tertiary butyl chloride. So these are we are getting two compounds. This is the 1-chloro tertiary butane. So this is the tertiary butyl chloride. So each product is we are getting the more percentage. So let's see. So selectivity rules of the chloride. So we have the 9 primary hydrogens. 9 primary hydrogens of tertiary butane. So that's why the chlorine ratio is 1. So that's why 1 into 9, 9. So we have only 1 hydrogen of the tertiary butane product we are getting. So here 5 only, sorry. So 5. So what is the product of 5? So total 14 selectivity. So how much product we are getting? 1-chlorobutane. How much product we are getting? 3 tertiary butane. So let's see the first of all 1-chloro tertiary butane. So what is the percentage of the product? So we have how many primary hydrogens? 9 hydrogen. What is the selectivity of chlorine? 1. So that's why 9 into 1. What is the total selectivity? 14. 14 into 100. So 9 by 14 into 100. So this is the percentage of we are getting the 1-chloro tertiary butane. So let's see tertiary butyl chloride. So how much tertiary butyl chloride compound we are getting? So here So how many tertiary hydrogens we have? One hydrogen. So what is the selectivity of the chlorine to the tertiary butane hydrogens? 5. So that's why 40. So into 100. So 9 by 14. So 14 to we can multiply into 7. So 98 and 6 we can getting the 6 we 84. So after 84 is that 6 here 6. So we can 6 we can multiply with the 14 into 4 3 14 into 3 52. So 64 percentage of the primary hydrogen replaced and remaining 36 percentage of the tertiary tertiary hydrogen replaced. So let's see what is happening if the bromine are involving in this reaction process. So here also same thing. So the selectivity here we change the selectivity. So what is the selectivity of bromine to the primary? So only 1. So what is the selectivity of the tertiary to the bromine? 1600. So that's why this is 1600. This is 1%. 1 into 9. So totally we have 9. So what is the total selectivity? 1609. Now what is the choice to the primary alcohols to primary 1 bromo tertiary butane? So we have 9 by 16 knots, 9 into 100. So the tertiary 1600 by 1609. So this is equal to, you can cut here only 1% of the 1 bromo. So here we getting the 99% of the tertiary butyl bromo. So that is the selectivity of the bromine. So this is today our topic. Tomorrow we will discuss with the chemical remaining topics of the alkanes. Okay, do watch my channel, do subscribe my channel. Thank you.